according to the evidence of what's going on in front of our faces blatantly, with psychological operations going on all over the world right now, it seems France is being targeted for a huge anti-Muslim riot, isn't it? You know, turn attentions away from the president, El Presidente, okay, and the establishment, and get the public's attention firmly on hating Muslims. Don't rest until France is in an all-out internal war. Because I can only suspect that, you know, I mean, where do these nutters come from? People chopping people's heads off, going into a Christian church, stabbing people. You know, I'm sorry, this kind of madness, okay, where is it? Where is it coming from? Are these people primed? Are they part of a PSY operation? Who is pushing these people to behave in such horrific ways that they go into a church and start stabbing people, or they go and chop somebody's head off because he did a cartoon? You know, this has got nothing to do with Islam, okay? That has nothing to do with Islam. Islam permits self-defense in event of attack, not to initiate attacks against otherwise peaceful people. Islam says respect all people who follow a holy book or books of knowledge. So, you know, not just holy books, or books of knowledge. That's Islam, right? Now, why should we just accept in this present world that we're looking at this evil global criminal cabal that's taking over the whole world, as Gordon Duff warned us about years ago in Damascus, Syria, of what was going to be happening with this global criminal cabal? We know that ISIS members have been recruited, funded, trained, armed by Mossad, CIA, MI6, that they're doing a job, you know. Even moderate Muslims call them the Daesh. The person that did this, that did these attacks, is not a Muslim, okay? Either they're mentally ill, either they're a controlled operative. Either way, they're Daesh, if that's the kind of things they do. Demon. They're working for demons. They're working for a demonic psychology. Because the vast majority of Muslims on this planet do not condone any such actions, and do not support any such actions, and would not do any such actions. You look across to America, you see far-right extremists, you know, perhaps people who align with Nazis or the Ku Klux Klan. You'll see them doing similar acts of terror. That these people are all of the same mentality, whether they're working, whether they think they're serving Islam, or whether they think they're serving Christianity, or whether they think they're serving some, right, you know, Zionist Judaism, extremism, okay. At the end of the day, they're all one and the same. It's the same mentality. It amounts to the same thing. Children, women and children, absolutely powerless, up easy for rape, abuse, whatever. Men, enslaved, subservient, everybody terrified. That's it. So it don't matter whether it's the politics, whether it's the religion, whether it's just the psychology. At the end of the day, it's all about the same thing, promoting fascism. And they use their little fascists to then give themselves powers to stamp down on everybody. And we've witnessed it, haven't we, with 9/11. Okay, the pack of lies that we were told, that now we realise, sorry people, the fact is that 9/11, those buildings, those towers, were all brought down by thermite. They were all pre-wired, pre-explosives. Those are the facts. Wake up to reality, people. Turn off your BBC. who will bend over backwards to make you believe that the moon is made of cheese. They'll even bring a host of scientists to confirm that. Well, yes, you know, the evidence does look like the moon is made of cheese. When we know that it bloody well isn't. Okay? And that is the same as what has gone on with 9/11. And we should not just swallow anything that's coming out of this media. Now, I really rate this guy, Israeli News Live. He's a Christian Jew, which, you know, I call myself a Judaic Christian Muslim because, you know, I fully support Jews. I am a Christian because I stand by Jesus, and also I am a Muslim because I did actually take Shahada and accept that Prophet Muhammad is a prophet of higher intelligence. God, Allah, Yahweh, whatever name you want to give that higher intelligence, that is both male and female. I mean, I understand these things because I witnessed an event of light being and received the message of universal law of abundance and compassion through an energy of bliss. Of course, I am well aware that that makes me mad in the eyes of a lot of people on this planet right now. And, you know, that's why I am isolated as an individual in whatever area I go to, because I'm isolated within the construct of Christianity, because actually what they're preaching is a crock of whatever, okay? It is not the some of it does not come from Jesus. They don't even understand Jesus' message and what he was actually preaching and what he was really about. The same with the Jews, the Zionist Jews. I don't fit in with them. I don't fit in with a lot of Muslims because, again, they're living by a warped understanding, a corrupted understanding of what Prophet Muhammad actually brought into being, what he actually achieved, what he did, what he stood for. You know, there's a lot of lies being spread about Prophet Muhammad, a lot of lies being spread about Jesus, a lot of lies being spread about the prophets of Judaism. We are living in a thoroughly corrupted, filthy, disgusting world. Okay, that is the fact of it. And politics today is as filthy and disgusting and as corrupt as it can possibly get, just like the money supply that is bribing and blackmailing these politicians. And don't forget, a lot of them are controlled by Mossad or intelligence because they're a set of dirty paedophiles, okay? Or they're addicted to hard drugs. Either way, it's easy to twist their arms behind the back. And so we cannot trust anything that comes out. And France, right, one thing, France has my top respect. The people are solid. You know, the government starts messing about with the people there, the people are out. And they support each other. It's all for one and one for all where they stand. How are you going to break that, people? How are you going to destroy unity? Send a couple of terrorists in to start committing atrocious acts to the extent that people are just like baying for blood. You know, it is literally dipping the bloody rag in front of a pack of hounds and telling them, go fetch, right? That is exactly what this is. That is exactly what this is. And I think the French people need to wake up to it. As the British people, we need to wake up to what's going on in our country as well. They've done the same thing here with the terrorist actions, okay? We just cannot blindly accept anymore that what's being paraded before us as news, it isn't, the vast majority of it, deliberately orchestrated news. You know, we've only got to look at this coronavirus crap, okay? I mean, I'll leave a video link under here. But there's yet another person, a British person, who has sent a test. You know, we've been witnessing them, haven't we? The people getting their test, their swab test through the post. they rub it on the cat, they rub it in a puddle outside, they dip it on the dog, okay? Oh, comes back positive. Positive for COVID-19. Okay. Well, this guy, this particular guy, he didn't even bother to dip the stick in a puddle or on a cat or anything. He literally did not touch the swab end, you know, that's supposed to be collecting the sample. He just took it from its packet, put it straight into the tube with the gel in the bottom, bent the stick off, top of the stick off, closed the lid and sent it. So that swab was not tested at all. Okay, I mean, it did not touch any surface or any human, you know, or creature. It was just literally open, bang, straight in the liquid, sealed, off to the post office. It came back positive. The guy's got to stay in for 10 days now because he's tested positive for COVID-19, apparently. And then we're looking at the lockdowns and we're looking at the hype and the lies. Again, you know, I'm not saying that there's no such thing as COVID-19. It was created in their labs. Alright, they still haven't isolated the virus, which really, I don't understand why they can't isolate the virus. Their PCR tests are literally a crock of BS that at most probably picking up a common cold on the vast majority of people and then assuming that they have COVID-19. That's the fact of it, okay? You know, they're now saying that COVID-19 gives people mental illness. So what? If they're testing hundreds of thousands of people, perhaps millions of people, they're saying you've all got COVID-19, and the next minute the government can come along and say, well, you know, all you people who have been infected by COVID-19, even though you might have been asymptomatic, you are actually mentally inferior now. You're all suffering from mental inferiority. So, you know, we're going to have to think for you. What, Boris Johnson, who had COVID-19 and was in hospital? I mean, come on. The guy needs to go, doesn't it? Maybe that'll be his excuse for stepping down and running away. Where's he going to run off to? Tel Aviv or the UAE? Who knows? Right, because we are dealing with an evil consciousness. Now, I have warned before, this is the Armageddon. This is the Armageddon, people. We are looking at good against evil. And do not let them distract you. Do not let them distract you onto your Muslim neighbours. Okay? Do not let them distract you onto the people who are or who aren't wearing masks. Do not take your eye off that sword that they have drawn against us. Because they will cut our throats with it in a blink of an eye. And it's coming to Britain. Britain has been warned. You know, I made a video yesterday. 3 million Hong Kong immigrants coming into Britain. Very, very, very suspicious. Because who are those people going to be? Top financiers? Hong Kong police? Hong Kong special agents? We need to be thinking about these things. You know, I'm not saying that all the people that might be coming here from Hong Kong are all murderers and rapists. But what I am saying is that those people could be among them. They're people who will be serving the will of this government, suddenly granting them British citizenship, a government who can't let a family with children arriving on our shores desperate. Oh no, turn them away. Go away. Let them drown. Right. So, of course, we've every right to be suspicious of the people that this government is actually inviting in from Hong Kong. That has nothing to do with Britain. Has had nothing to do with Britain since 1997. Here we are. 23 years later, oh yeah, 3 million of you come into Britain. I tell you, We have every right to be suspicious, especially when people were persuaded to vote Brexit on the strength of, 1 million Muslims were going to be landing in Britain from Turkey. And now all this shit going down in Paris. You know, it's, they're playing games. They're playing games. And it is time to topple. You know, if you want these terrorist attacks to stop people, you get rid of your criminal government. Okay? That is what you do. We are democratic nations. France is a democratic nation. Britain is a democratic nation. You use the law and your rights and get rid of these criminal governments. Every government that's imposed lockdowns on us, that has killed people with these lockdowns, that has denied healthcare, that's denying human rights, that wants to destroy our economies, this is an attack. And it's about time we all woke up to it. And now, on the strength of one madman committing an act of terror and horror against French people, how many French people now will be suffering? You see, that's the way we need to look at it, because that is what they're doing. For every terrorist attack, they give themselves powers to actually harm millions of people. Strip them of their rights. This just cannot go on. This just cannot go on. Because in that sense, the terrorists then have won, haven't they? The criminals are winning. Because, you know, one guy goes and stabs something, that's a whole country suddenly stripped of all their rights. One person displays symptoms of a common cold. Oh, the whole family's suddenly in lockdown because this dodgy, disgusting PCR test. I mean, it is despicable. It's despicable. The levels of fraud that are going on, and people are all just, oh well, oh well, oh well. You'll be saying, oh well, oh, moaning, groaning, so they'll get shoved in the fucking gas ovens, won't you? You stupid idiots. Britain, honestly, Britain. I give up on Britain. I mean, my language has been atrocious recently. Sorry, I can't even apologise for it. Because actually, my language, that is tame. That is tame. When I look at what I'm facing. And France, you need to take a look at Britain and look at the powers that this evil, sick, twisted, psychopathic, narcissist government has given to itself. Literally, can come in, even kidnap, torture, rape, even our children. Right? This country still pontificating about masks. That's the British people. They've even got the evidence staring us in the face of a fucking rigged postal vote. It's like, oh, no, look away, look away. Give the children the free school meals over Christmas. This is a country that's facing 50 years of austerity. Losing everything that they've got. Yeah. They think that they'll change things by protest. No, you use the law. That's what you do. You use the law. Pick up your pens, people. Stand by the people who stand by the law. Stand by the law. Stand by your rights, because the law upholds your rights. You see? Any law that does not uphold human rights is not a valid law. Okay? That's the way you need to look at it. Any law that threatens your human rights, that assumes you are guilty, that is not a law. A PCR test that says you've tested positive for a coronavirus, that does not mean that you have COVID-19. Until they can prove you have COVID-19, until you are ill enough to require treatment and displaying all the symptoms of COVID-19, you are innocent. You see? And that's what people need to realise. But you know, people are very, very fussy thinkers, and as I say, they are working their psyop game. They're working their psyop game. And humanity, you will pay. Everybody will pay who is not intelligent enough to stand up for the rights. And, you know, I'm here to assure people that, look, I can tell you, for 100% certain, you do have a quantum energy soul that does continue after your physical body has perished. I can tell you that. For sure. Because I have witnessed. I have witnessed the light being. Now, this man says he's a Christian. You know, I've asked him, I've asked so many people, please help me share the message. You know, I've witnessed a light being, and this is the message that I received. None of them want to know. Oh, who's she? Oh, she's not very nice, she swears. She gets angry. I've got a right to. Okay, I had to battle just to be able to express an emotion. I had to battle to be able to speak. Okay, after what I've suffered in my life. I'm allowed. Okay, I am allowed to be me. I'm allowed to be angry. I'm allowed to be positive even as I'm angry. I am allowed to take direct action that is positive and within the law and within the context of my rights. I have a right of freedom of speech and expression, right? And my expression includes saying F off to bastards that are conspiring to rob me and my fellow humanity, who are conspiring to kill people and rob them of their rights. Criminals who have been destroying our planet with their evil corporations that they force people to work in after they've robbed everybody of their rights to have their own businesses and control, and for us to control production, and for us to even have power to make a decision about whether or not we want nuclear power. Okay. They do a big huge shit in the Pacific Ocean with Fukushima. Oh, come and blame humanity. Humanity's destroying the planet. Come and blame humanity for all the plastic in the sea. As if humanity asked for that plastic. As if humanity wasn't denied hemp to be able to make biodegradable plastic that wouldn't be polluting the sea and the land and the air and just about everything else. You see? And everybody's indoctrinated with this crap of, oh, there's too many people. There's too many people. Oh, Muslims. Muslims are all extremist terrorists. Jews are all Zionists. What are Christians then? The Ku Klux Klan? I mean, it is horrific. And when we think about it, if it was this criminal global cabal that was behind 9/11 and behind 7/7 and behind all these terrorist attacks that have been happening all around the world, if it is them behind it, and our governments and our intelligence and our militaries are supporting them, are standing by them instead of by we the people, then it's time to fucking well stand up. And if we can't do it by the law, expect hell. Okay? Expect hell, you fucking bastards. Because I tell you now, people, left to their own devices, they will destroy our planet. These people are half-wit, thick as pig shit, and we do not, they have got no right, no ability whatsoever to lead our species and all the life of our planet into the future. They are evil, idiot half-wits.